Hello everyone, welcome back to TechnoChart's YouTube channel, and in today's video I'm going to talk about the stage analysis of all IT stocks and what is the view of IT stocks. Now before we move forward, we will understand that what is stage analysis. So generally a stock undergoes through four stages in its life, that is the stage 1 accumulation period, stage 2 uptrend, stage 3 sideways period, or we can call it a distribution period, and the stage 4 downtrend, right? So generally a stock that is in under the accumulation period stays into accumulation period for more than a year or so. It could last for 2 years, 3 years, depending upon the stage of the stock or how well it is performing. Then after the stage 1 breakout that occurs at this price, let's say the stock advances and this begins a fresh stage 2, the stock can advance up to 100 to 500% in this stage. Now this generally occurs after a fresh bear market. This is a period where the stock stays sideways and then a fresh stage 2 uptrend occurs. Now after this uptrend, basically the stock again goes into a sideways zone. This is known as the stage 3 distribution pattern, where the stock again moves into a completely sideways zone, and it is the opposite of stage 1. Okay, now after this there could be two scenarios. If the stock is weak or if there is a bad news in the stock may break down and then starts its stage 4 downtrend. And during this period, the stock can fall from 50% to 80% minimum in during this period. Apart from that, if the stock has a strong or if the stock has a good strength, then the stock may continue its stage 3 and enter into a fresh stage 1 again. So generally we have to be aware of this stage where most of the people lose their fortune when a stock enters into stage 4 downtrend, right? So stage 4 downtrend, the stock can last from 50 to 80, the stock can fall from 50 to 80%. So the first stock that we are going to analyze is BIRLASOFT. So as you can clearly see that the black line that is there on the chart is the 30-week moving average line, and this is the exponential moving average that is used to understand the stage analysis of the stock. So as you can clearly see here that the stock had broken the weekly support of around 380, after which the stock has now touched 263 rupees, right? So if you watch our old video of stage analysis of IT stocks, then you will understand that the same view I had given when the markets were strong and but the IT stocks were weak. So this is the video that I'm talking about, where we talked about stage analysis IT sector in downtrend, which was around 5 months ago. And during that period also I had warned about the stage 4 of the IT stocks, right? So now I can clearly see that the stock can head towards 218 rupees, and this is the next support for the stock. Now if you are already holding a stock, it is a very tough choice to book a loss in that case. But you never know how deep the stock can fall or how low the stock can fall. Now the accumulation period could last or can happen after a period, after a year or so, and it would take a lot of time. So your time and money would be stuck into this stock. So the general view of IT stocks is that most of the IT stocks are into a stage 4 downtrend, and your money is going to get stuck, or your money is stuck here in this particular sector for a year minimum. I don't see the sector going anywhere else, as the stock, as the sector as a whole sector is in stage 4 downtrend. So Birlasoft, the next level that you should be watching is at around 218. Now the next stock that I'm going to talk about is Tech Mahindra. Now Tech Mahindra has a important resistance at around 100 1155 basically. So if the stock moves above this level, then one may consider it to be a bullish trend probably. But if the stock breaks this level of around 942 rupees, then we can assume that the stock can touch the pre-COVID levels, that is around 780, 900, 780, 800, 850 or levels or so, right? Now FSL, if you look at the chart of FSL, the best level you should be buying above is 100 and above 135 rupees. Now even if the stock moves above 120 rupees, this is not a good buy, that the stock can definitely touch this resistance and then fall back again. So as far as the levels are concerned, I think so the stock can touch 84 if there is a pullback in all the indices, especially in Nifty and IT index, right? So if you look at the chart of MINDTREE here, here I can clearly see that MINDTREE has a resistance at around 3500, 3577 rupees, 35800 basically. Now here above 3580 rupees, I think so the stock can enter into a bullish mode, but overall if you see, it is still into a sideways zone. LTI and LTTS both have approximately similar structure, and the view is almost same. Now if your view is really long term, then probably one may think of doing an SIP or doing buying the ITBs or something like that. But apart from that, I don't think so that there is any kind of scope here as of now if you look at the chart of IT indexes or IT stocks. KPIT. So as you can clearly see that the difference between a leader and the laggard. So KPIT, as you can clearly see, that has been an outperformer in IT index or IT stocks. Now it did not break the stage 3 base, and it took support, and finally it moved or bounced back drastically and has touched an all-time high. So one can keep holding this stock as of now, and there is no such need to worry about this stock especially, right? Tanla, as you can clearly see, Tanla is at a support, and Tanla has a very important support at 700 rupees. Now, after 700, the stock can head at much lower levels, but as far as the levels are concerned, there is no immediate support on Tanla, and it is also in a stage 4 downtrend. Now, happiest mind, as you can clearly see, the structure that I have, a potential price action that I have defined here is like this. Apart from that, there is no such level that you should be tracking upon. The resistance level is at around 1180 rupees or 1200 rupees or so. This is a level that you should be tracking, right? Now, Infosys, as you can clearly see, Infosys is trying to touch or trying to reclaim back its stage 4 downtrend or reclaim back its stage 3, but as you can clearly understand that it has multiple resistance at around 1600 rupees. Now one should not be buying Infosys unless and until it touches 1600 rupees, 1650 rupees, and then enters into a fresh stage 1 like this. So let me just show you how the price action would should look like if uh, the if you want to buy this especially, right? So this is how you should be looking, or this is how you should be tracking the stock. And apart from that, all the bounces could be a selling opportunity in Infosys, especially if you see a rejection like here, you can definitely go and short it out, short it or short sell it using futures and options, obviously by taking by thinking about the risk that is involved here. Now AFL India, as you can clearly see, is into a completely sideways zone from around 2 years, around 2021 February to 2023 February. Now we are touching right now, almost after 4 months. So there is no particularly there is no view of this stock of mine in this particular stock, right? Now Dixon Tech, as you can clearly see, Dixon Tech is into a completely sideways zone and had entered into stage 4, took a support, and then again entered into stage 3 here, right? So in during the scenario where you see that stock enters into stage 4 and then again reclaims back its moving average, so one can definitely re-enter at these prices. Okay, so let's assume that you had exited Dixon Tech at around 3950. It fell down to 3200, but again you can re-enter a stock. So always remember that if a stock has broken down, it is not compulsory that it may continuously fall. Only thing is, few falls or few instances where you exited could have saved your a lot of money. Example, uh, let me just show you some of the examples where people saved a lot of money in IEX. I'll show you a view of some of my some of my YouTube channel. Okay, so till then, yeah, IEX. See, so one of the Telegram members saved around 2 lakh rupees capital, office capital, when IEX had broken down its stage 4. So as you can clearly see that below 200 the stock touched around 137, and this is the same analysis that I had given in in our YouTube channel as well, right? So you can save a lot of money as well if you follow just stage analysis, and even one stock can save you a lot of money there, right? HCL Tech, as you can clearly see, has taken support at around 855 rupees. The stock would be considered bullish only above 1011 or 1100 rupees, and below that I would still consider it as a completely sideways stock, and it may touch the resistance here and then probably a pullback. So accumulation period should definitely last for around a year or so. Then only one may think that the sellers have dried out. So WIPRO, as you can clearly see, WIPRO, that the stock has a support at around 383 rupees or so. Now the next level that I'm looking at definitely is around 330 rupees. So the stock can fall even 10% from here, and then as you can clearly see that here how the IT stock has fallen 45 or 47% from its highs, and or from its stage 3 base it has fallen around 40%, right? So this is what you have to think about, that you may lose a lot of capital if you keep on holding IT stock, or any stock that is in stage 4 downtrend. Here also, as you can clearly see, there's a clear mess up of Tata Consultancy, and the stock is trying to touch above the resistance area. Same you like TCS, wait for 3,380 rupees to break, and then one may think of buying. The last stock that I'm going to talk about is MASTEK. So as you can clearly see, MASTEK made a triple top, and finally uh, it has given us a stage 4 breakdown and is finally falling. I think so the stock can touch approximately 1300 levels or so in the coming future, and one should keep on tracking, or one should keep on checking out whether the accumulation period occurs or not. Now if you like the video, do share it with your friends, and I have created an entire watch list on I have created an entire playlist on algo trading. So if you like the video, do watch these videos to understand how you can start your algo trading journey. And I do manage a capital for HNIs. I do have option buying strategies, option selling strategies, for which I will share the link in the description below. You can contact me using that link. And if you like the video, do share it with your friends, and comment some more names that you want me to analyze using stage analysis and relative strength. Right? Thank you.